Spring is wrapping up, the kids are out of school, the days are heating up, and everyone would rather be inside playing on their new Switch 2s. Fortunately, to go along with playing inside, you've got a new season of anime. One I'm calling the Summer of Love. No, seriously, there are a ton of great romance anime airing this season, most of them sequels with a dedicated fanbase. Before we get into those sequels, though, let me ask you to like and subscribe. It really does help the channel, and it's free. With that out of the way, let's quickly talk about the sequels airing this season. Of course, I'm going to start with my favorite, My Dress-Up Darling. Season 2 was announced shortly after the anime aired. The studio was surprised at how well received this series was, but anyone who had read the manga prior to the anime knew that if they did a halfway decent adaptation, this one would be one to watch. The adaptation was phenomenal, and I'm so happy we're getting a second season. There has been debate in the fandom over where in the manga this season will end, but honestly, I'm sure they'll pick a good spot. My hope is they'll choose one of the depressing moments and then announce a season 3, which would wrap up the series. That's right, anime onlys, My Dress-Up Darling is complete. Next up for romance sequels, we've got Rent-A-Girlfriend Season 4. But I'd rather talk about a good romance, so let's skip it and talk about a couple of cuckoos, which is getting a second season. I know, some of you hate harem series. But this one is great because the manga is written by the same author who wrote Yamada-kun and the Seven Witches. For a romance, the ecchi is very mild, and the characters are much more interesting than the usual trope-filled romps you see in most harem anime. The author knows what she's doing, and if you like romance, you should check this one out. Finally, the other big romance sequel for the season, Rascal Does Not Dream Season 2. This series is absolutely top tier. If you haven't seen it, you're missing out on one of the best romances ever made. Our main character, Azusagawa Sakuta, is a rascal. Unlike awkward main characters who are able to read the room, he can totally read the room and simply doesn't care. He says what he wants, offends who he wants, and lives life by his own rules. But all around him, people keep suffering from supernatural afflictions. Each arc in the series, he helps someone solve their issues. The first arc is with Sakurajima Mai. One day, Asusagawa sees Sakurajima walking around a public library in a bunny girl suit. He is the only one who notices her. Her adolescent syndrome stems from her working as a child actress, then disappearing from the public eye. And now, everyone is forgetting about her. But don't worry, dear viewer, that arc gets resolved in the first few episodes. I think that's one of the reasons this series is so beloved. The plot actually advances instead of being stuck waiting for the answer to a confession for 400 chapters. Looking at you, Rent-A-Girlfriend. The other sequels I'm excited for are the two big shonen series, Dandadan and Kaiju No. 8. The Kaiju No. 8 manga is wrapping up nicely, and Dandadan continues to be one of the best series in Shonen Jump, and I can't wait for the anime-only crowd to meet the evil eye. Of course, we've also got Call of the Night Season 2. I never got the chance to watch the original, but I've heard good things. Same thing with Grand Blue Season 2, Sakamoto Days Season 2, Toilet Bound Hanako-kun Season 2, Dr. Stone Science Future Part 2, Reborn as a Vending Machine Season 2, I Was Reincarnated as the Seventh Prince, so I'll perfect my magic as I pleased Season 2, and Shield Hero Season 4. I am caught up on the manga for Shield Hero, but I gotta admit at this point it's more due to Stockholm Syndrome than anything else. In fact, I'm not caught up on any of those other series. So I'll ask you, dear viewer, if you had to pick one of those older shows for me to watch, which one and why? Leave a comment below. Now on to series that I have read. Let's start with the adorable slice-of-life comedy, See You Tomorrow at the Food Court. Best friends who couldn't be more different but still love spending time with each other meet up after school at a food court. They hang out and talk about random stuff. I know that doesn't sound very entertaining, but the writing in this series is top tier and the girls are hilarious. But the big new anime for the season, the one that all the manga readers have been raving about for years, is none other than the Cinderella romance, Fragrant Flower Blooms with Dignity. This series follows the unlikely romance between a girl who goes to an elite private school and a boy who looks like a delinquent but is actually a good, hardworking boy. This is not a comedy, it is a drama. It is heartwarming and beautiful, but also full of tension and drama. It is beautiful and one of the best new romance manga currently in print. I can't wait for the anime crowd to finally experience it. Now, even though I'm reading over 600 series at the moment, there are always new anime that are coming out based on works I haven't read before. Or in some cases, we get a series that's an original work. Regardless, here are a few that caught my eye. Gachiakuta is based on the hugely popular manga of the same name. It tells the story of a boy living in the slums, literally fighting for his life. It is strange, a bit traumatizing, but epic at the same time. If you're a shonen fan, you should check this one out. Next up, we've got Secrets of the Silent Witch, which tells the story of Monica Everett. She is the only witch in the world capable of casting silent magic. No need for incantations. She can summon lightning from the heavens with her thought and a few mystical gestures. But what drove her to develop this technique? Simple. She's shy. Like, unbelievably shy. She doesn't want to talk to people or in front of people. So, better to learn how to cast magic quietly. But now she's been tasked with guarding the second prince. How will the most powerful witch alive survive the rigors of socializing? Next up, a harem rom-com for those wanting more. The Three Mikadano Sisters Are Surprisingly Easy is about 3 top-tier sisters being taken care of by a boy. Supposedly, the boy is the talentless son of a legendary actress, and at first glance, he's basically useless. But the sisters quickly come to find out how important he is in their hectic lives. Now, I haven't read Apocalypse Bringer Magnolia, but I've heard good things. This is another isekai where the main character becomes the leader of a villain faction, similar to Overlord, or a dark version of That Time I Got Reincarnated as a Slime. I'm all for villains being the main characters, so I'll probably check this one out. Another one that caught my eye is Bad Girl. Yuri fans rejoice. Based on the Yonkoma of the same name, Yu Yutani is a first-year girl trying her best to be a bad girl and failing at it. The reason she wants to be a bad girl? She has a crush on the head of the disciplinary committee. So, the more she gets in trouble, the more chances she has to hang out with her crush. Now, I'm not sure if Introduction to Mineralogy is Yuri or if it's another cute girls doing cute things, but this one is about girls looking for rocks and crystal formations. My baby sister, who's almost 40, has a master's in volcanology and is excited about this series. So maybe it'll be one of those ecchi entertainment shows like Food Wars or How Heavy Are the Dumbbells You Lift. Next up, another one that caught my eye was Night of the Living Cat. I don't know if I'll actually watch this one or not, but the community will probably have memes galore. Yes, this is a parody of Night of the Living Dead, but with cats instead of zombies. Enjoy! Finally, a throwback anime that looks like it came straight out of the 90s, Shinsei Galverse. For eons, the mother planet maintained peace and happiness across the galaxy. Then, one day, Mother mysteriously exploded. Her shards spread throughout the cosmos, and the galaxy was plunged into darkness and war. But the sentient fragments of Mother are rising up, known as Galverse Gals. That's right, this is a magical anime with gyarus done in the style of a 90s anime. Sign me up for this one. What about you? What anime are you most excited for? Leave a comment below. Thanks for tuning in. Once again, a huge shout out to my editor Cutestuff. I couldn't make these videos without her. If you'd like to hire her to edit your own videos, she can be reached at cutestuff.edits@gmail.com. Link is down below. If you're looking for ways to support the channel directly, you can head on over to patreon.com/Danon. There are several tiers to choose from. You can pick an anime or manga for me to do a video about, or you can join our monthly manga club. I also wanted to give a quick shout out to all of my patrons: Waffles, Jiraiya, Muffins, Marcus, Brett, Roxy, Alex, Borgi, Nazwin, Congo, Robert, Pi, Kazaris, Patrick, Tiz, Art, Richard, Sint, Boomy, Osira, Justin, Golden Walker, Ernesto, and Midge. You guys are awesome. I post anime or manga videos often, or you can click here to watch additional videos. Again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you all again next time on Musings by Danon.